Study Guide to Tsgt October 1st, 2023 11. Chapter 6 Enlisted Force Development. Section 6A Leadership Levels 6.1 Commitment to Responsibility, a Team of Teams. Many enlisted airmen have officers or civilians as direct supervisors. There is a compelling need for officers, civilian personnel, and enlisted airmen to have a deliberate and common approach to force development, career progression, and the assumption of increased supervisory and leadership responsibilities. Each day as we execute our missions, we should all be familiar with and understand these responsibilities and how they relate to the force structure. Our force structure, core values, foundational and occupational competencies, describe what makes us airmen. Officer responsibilities. The officer force structure is comprised of three distinct and separate tiers. The tiers are company grade officer with grades 01 through 03, field grade officer with grades 04 through 06, and general officer, with grades of 07 through 010. Progression through the tiers correlates to increased levels of leadership and managerial responsibilities, with each tier building on previous responsibilities and focusing on developing the appropriate tactical, operational, and strategic competencies associated with their rank and position. Therefore, general officers are expected to have mastered field grade officer responsibilities. Likewise, field grade officers are expected to have mastered company grade officer responsibilities. Above all, the focus of each tier is leadership, professionalism, and mission success in the profession of arms. Enlisted responsibilities. Functionally, the USAF develops technical experts through career field progression and succession planning. Institutionally, the USAF strives to develop experienced leaders. From the earliest stages, airmen and supervisors must comprehend the progression path for technical and professional development. As airmen demonstrate expertise and potential, opportunities should be made available to encourage more responsibility and increased leadership roles. Developmental opportunities, such as deployments, exercises, joint assignments, special duty assignments, and headquarters staff assignments, offer unique perspectives on how the USAF functions. Effective career progression and development are dependent upon deliberate conversations between supervisors and subordinates regarding career field and USAF requirements, personal qualifications, and goals. Civilian responsibilities. The USAF civil service consists of more than 180,000 professional civilians in over 35 countries. Within 11 personnel systems there are 22 career fields, 472 occupational series, and 27 different pay plans. Civilians serve in critical positions, such as scientists, engineers, contract specialists, instructors, intelligence experts, mechanics, human resource professionals, firefighters, aircraft mechanics, childcare providers, and many others. They provide corporate knowledge and stability across the USAF and deploy to various contingency areas. Civilians are fundamental to the strength of our USAF, and like the enlisted and officer corps, have a compelling need for a deliberate and common approach to force development, career progression, and the assumption of increased supervisory and leadership responsibilities. Study Guide to Tsgt October 1st, 2023 12. 6.2 Continuum of Learning. Force development generally results in leadership, management, and warrior ethos proficiency. The force development construct is a framework that links developmental needs with foundational competencies through the continuum of learning. Occupational competency development generally results in technical skill proficiency. The continuum of learning, along with the defined competencies, are aligned to ensure airmen are qualified and ready to meet the challenges of current and future operating environments. The continuum of learning is a career-long process of development where challenging experiences are combined with education and training through a common taxonomy to produce airmen who possess the tactical expertise, operational competence, and strategic vision to lead and execute the full spectrum of USAF missions. The three distinct levels associated with leadership skills are tactical expertise, operational competence, and strategic vision. These levels are recognized with varying emphasis across the foundational competencies. As airmen progress from tactical expertise to strategic vision leadership levels, emphasis on the use of foundational competencies shifts to a broader focus. The nature and scope of leadership as well as preferred leadership methods differ based on the level of leadership and responsibilities. Tactical expertise. Development at the tactical expertise level includes a general understanding of team leadership and an appreciation for organization leadership. It is a time to master core duty skills, gain experience in applying those skills, and begin acquiring knowledge and experience essential for demonstrating effective, ethical leadership. Airmen at the tactical expertise level learn to become the USAF's primary technicians and specialists, assimilate into the USAF culture, and adopt the USAF core values. The tactical expertise level is a time for honing followership abilities, motivating subordinates, and influencing peers to accomplish the mission while developing a warrior ethos and exercising communication skills as effectively and efficiently as possible. Operational competence. Development at the operational competence leadership level includes developing a broader understanding of the USAF perspective and the integration of diverse people and capabilities in operational execution. It is a time to transition from specialists to leaders with an understanding of themselves as leaders and followers, while applying an understanding of organizational and team dynamics. It is a time to lead teams by developing and inspiring others, taking care of people, and taking advantage of diversity. It is a time to foster collaborative relationships through building teams and coalitions, especially within large organizations, and negotiating with others, often external to the organization. The majority of enlisted airmen operate at the tactical expertise and operational competence levels. Strategic vision. Development at the strategic vision level includes combining highly developed personal and people/team institutional competencies, applying broad organizational competencies, and leading and directing exceptionally complex and multi-tiered organizations. It is a time to develop a deep understanding of how airmen achieve synergistic results and desired effects with their operational capabilities. It is a time when an airman employs military capabilities, understands the operational and strategic arts, and has a thorough understanding of unit, USAF, joint, and coalition capabilities. Development at the strategic vision level includes an enterprise perspective with a thorough understanding of the structure and relationships needed to accomplish strategic objectives. The strategic vision level focuses on the effects an airman can have across the USAF and on the Department of Defense. Study Guide to Tsgt October 1, 2023 13. 6.3 Core Competencies. Core competencies are about big-picture concepts that the USAF does, or is expected to do or know, all of the time. Being competent means that a person or organization has the necessary abilities or qualities to perform or function successfully. Core competencies are a key set of abilities or qualities at the heart of the organization's reason for being. For the USAF, core competencies are those special abilities and qualities we collectively possess that enable us to function successfully and create air power effects. Some core competencies are unique to the USAF and distinguish us from our sister services, while other core competencies are aligned across the branches of service. Occupational competencies. Occupational competencies are required of airmen within a specific workforce category or specialty. Occupational competencies describe technical/functional knowledge, skills, abilities, and other characteristics needed to perform that function's mission successfully. Refer to AFH 36 to 2647, Competency Modeling, April 25, 2019, for additional details. Foundational competencies. Foundational competencies prepare airmen to operate successfully across the widest array of USAF tasks and requirements, and to adapt in a constantly changing operational environment. They are broadly applicable across enlisted, officer, and civilian USAF members, spanning all occupations, functions, and organizational levels, and form the framework for force development in the USAF. Foundational competencies are observable, measurable patterns of knowledge, skills, abilities, and other characteristics needed to perform successfully across a USAF career. The foundational competencies are enduring and encompass attributes the USAF believes are critical to mission success. The foundational competencies are grouped into four major categories: developing self, developing others, developing ideas, and developing organizations. Each of these competency categories is addressed in subsequent chapters of AFH1.